It's the first day of my wedding and I am in a mood. Literally.
Nothing new there then, is there, Kim? That literally seems to be the story of your life. But what's wrong this time? Why the bad mood? What could possibly get you so annoyed at your own wedding?
Kim, there is a smile on your face.
Lady, you don't know Kim very well, do you? So before we dive into this messy situation, let's rewind to the start. So we left the pair last week, successfully navigating their first family meeting. Now, while Kim was certainly hesitant and didn't entirely buy Yash's good behaviour, there was at least some semblance of peace that was made. And just in time, it seems, because today, it's wedding time. It's day one of the wedding celebrations.
We are having over 200 guests coming. So many things are being prepared for our wedding. Decorations, food stalls.
Wow, that seems expensive. We've never actually been told what TJ's parents do for a living, but it must be a pretty lucrative business. Either that, or they've got some family money hidden away, because 200 people and food stalls in this venue doesn't sound cheap. But one thing's for sure, of the 200 people in attendance, Kim knows hardly any. And today, with all of the Hindu ceremonies and rituals, you get the feeling it's gonna be very overwhelming for her.
What are we doing?
We are here to pick you up for the Mehndi function.
Okay.
Now, right from the very start of the day, Kimberly is in a mood. But for once, there seems to be a logical reason. You see, she seems to have food poisoning. And that, on your wedding day, must be a living nightmare. That's got to be one of the worst imaginable scenarios for any bride.
My stomach was upset from the moment I woke up. And I my pants. Who wants to start their wedding that way?
This sounds traumatic, and knowing what Kim's like, I'm really surprised that she hasn't taken it as a sign. A sign from up above that this is going to be a shit wedding, maybe even a shit marriage. But Kimberly's not stopping to think about that. She trusts in the universe to guide her. Only things go from bad to worse. As she sits having her mehndi done, where her hands and her feet are decorated with henna tattoos, Kimberly suddenly feels very alone. Her dad and stepmum are running late. She's surrounded by ladies she doesn't know, and everyone seems to be ignoring her.
Is TJ getting any mehndi done?
Does anybody know? I'm just gonna talk to myself all day.
Okay.
I feel a bit bad for Kim here. This is supposed to be her big day. It's supposed to be about her. But here she is, sick, all alone, without her closest friends or family there to support her. And she's feeling miserable. But, and it's a big but, you've really got to question, how is she still this uneducated about Indian wedding traditions? Surely someone's talked her through what's actually happening here.
क्या हुआ
क्या हुआ? क्या हुआ?
ऐसे करो
Now, I don't know whether or not she shared the details with TJ's family about her sickness, because if not, they must think that she's a total grouch, which, to be fair to them, isn't totally off the mark. But at least she does know how she's coming across. She is trying to be appreciative.
I don't want to be a bitch of a bride right now. I really do appreciate all of these rituals that we're doing, but I'm not feeling well, my stomach's still upset, and I feel so lonely.
TJ's family are clearly worried about her, so they grab TJ to come and try and cheer her up. Now, Kimberly shares with him that she's not feeling well, and TJ gives her the sympathy that she clearly craved. She obviously needed some smiles, some friendly faces, and some kisses to help make her feel better. And while on the surface, TJ seems happy and friendly, underneath that mask, he's actually quite worried.
Sometimes Kimberly can be difficult, so I'm really worried and I don't know what's gonna happen. We just started the wedding festivities, so you don't want bad vibes around you.
TJ's a spiritual man. We know he takes negative energy and signs from the universe very seriously. So right now, he's nervous that Kimberly's negative juju is gonna affect all of these religious ceremonies. He knows better than anyone exactly how bad she can be when she's in a mood. So he's understandably worried about what's to come. But Kimberly's parents have now arrived, and with that, she begins to smile and relax a bit more.
I'm so happy that my parents are here with me. It makes me feel a lot less alone. And now I'm really looking forward to getting my mendi done. This is one of my favorite things about traditional Hindu weddings.
Now, by the looks of things, TJ's brother Yash must have been just sitting around waiting for Kim to smile before he approached her. Because no sooner does a smile appear on her face than does Yash show up for a chat. Great timing. It appears as though both are serious about mending their relationship. Yash starts by saying that he thought the meeting with her parents went well yesterday. And although privately Kimberly expressed some reservations about how Yash was around her parents, she at least seems receptive and appreciative of the effort he's making. In fact, she's even willing to take some accountability in the form of self-deprecating humour.
I'm a handful and I know it, so.
That, from Kimberly, is a big gesture. Sure, it might be disguised as a joke, but she's showing some self-awareness, and Yash appreciates it. But Kimberly does still have some ironing out to do. She does still have a bone to pick with him. Before they can truly move on, she wants him to understand why she was so angry at him.
I'm not gonna lie, it hurt my feelings whenever you called me stupid. Because I know I'm stubborn, I know I'm outspoken, I know I'm a lot of things, but I'm not stupid.
You are not, yet.
This seems to mark a truce. The olive branch has been extended, and this time it feels genuine. They both agree that if they're all going to live together, disagreements and arguments will happen, and they both just need to learn to not let it blow out of proportion. And with that, with harmony officially being restored, Yash takes things a step further.
I am to apologize if I say anything wrong, even in fighting. Okay, now you accept me?
I do, yes.
An apology from a seemingly very proud man. That, again, puts a smile on Kimberly's face. And while she doesn't return the favour, well, there's no apology back from her, Yash doesn't seem to mind. And this whole exchange has left Kimberly feeling positive.
Got this apology from Yash, so that's good. And my stomach is starting to settle down. So now that everything's smoothed over, I am super excited about the rest of the day.
Well, they do say that stress and emotional factors can influence gut health. So who knows? Maybe Kim's tummy issues subconsciously had something to do with all of the unresolved tension with TJ's family. But as the day passes without any more hiccups, nighttime marks the start of the next ceremony. This is called Anjali, and TJ's family are about to shower Kimberly with gifts.
Lap is in Hindi is called Anjali. So whatever gifts you getting, you are placing in on your lap. That's why the whole function called filling up the Anjali, filling up your lap.
Wow, Indian weddings with all of the ceremonies are no joke. And this particular one, with 200 plus wedding guests over multiple days, kind of brings back into focus that perhaps TJ's family were also feeling the stress in the lead up to the wedding. There was a whole lot on their shoulders, so maybe that helps to explain some of their actions and overreactions perhaps. Either way, Kim seems to be having a little more fun now. But as she's paraded around all of his family, it's still clear she has no idea what she's doing or what's going on.
People are putting stuff on me, smiling, taking pictures, and then someone's taking it away. And then it's just happening again and again.
Yeah, I find this attitude of Kimberly's a bit annoying. Like, she agreed to have a traditional Hindu wedding. She's marrying an Indian man. She's living in India. If no one's taken the time to explain to her what this ceremony was about, she should take the initiative to at least ask some questions, at least educate herself, shouldn't she? She seems very happy with all of the superficial surface level stuff.
One of the best parts about this wedding is how many different outfits I get to wear.
But as pretty as all of that is, she's really not paying too much attention to why these traditional symbolic rituals mean so much to people in this culture. Instead, she laughs and makes fun of it. She's placed no effort into looking up the meaning of the rituals that she's taking part in.
Sit on her lap.
No, I'm okay.
A little bit.
But for as annoying as Kimberly is, TJ is also to blame here. Like, why hasn't he sat down and explained to his bride in the same way he's explained it to us? You can totally understand why Kimberly's hesitant to sit on her mother-in-law's lap in front of hundreds of people. But little does she know, it's expected of her. And that just reminds us that throughout this entire season, for as much of a nightmare as Kimberly has been at times, we've also repeatedly seen TJ fail to explain and prepare her for what's expected of her.
I didn't know I needed to sit on your mom's lap.
Yeah, we didn't tell you.
That would have been good to know.
TJ's the kind of guy that tries his best to avoid arguments. He likes to gloss over things or sweep things under the rug, but in doing that, often he doesn't tell the whole truth. Not telling Kimberly about lap sitting is a small example, but a much bigger one is the fact that he still hasn't been honest with her about the expectations his family have on her to perform typical Indian housewife duties after they wed. But I guess that's an issue for another day, another episode. And for now, the night is still in full swing.
The final event of the day is this Sangeet. It's just like a dance ceremony where my friends, my relatives, they prepare dance for me and Kimberly. So it's just like a fun.
So with less than 24 hours left before TJ and Kimberly officially tie the knot, it's now time to dance. This ceremony is called the Sangeet. And once again, Kimberly is out of the loop. She's caught completely unaware when TJ springs on her that they should do a dance in front of all of their guests. And in fairness to her, she takes the news way better than I was expecting.
I wasn't expecting to dance tonight because we hadn't prepared anything, but TJ convinces me to just get on the stage, so I suck it up.
Yeah, her dance moves aren't great and she is awkward, but she's not afraid to make a fool of herself. She's having fun. And this might be the side of Kimberly that TJ originally fell in love with. This here is the bubbly fun girl that we've been told about, but actually haven't seen this season.
Despite today starting out in the absolute worst way possible, I ended up having a lot of fun, and I'm super excited for tomorrow to marry the man of my dreams.
It just goes to show, what starts off horribly can end on a high. I hope that is the real sign to take from today, and not the start. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's still a lot she doesn't know. A lot she isn't going to be happy about.